Hello everyone, my name is oldish22 and I'm here today to talk about Path to Exile's game balance in Siege of the Atlas. Now if you guys are new to this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, you know what I mean? No, but anyways, what I do on this channel, this YouTube channel, is I play MMOs and I play action RPGs. The two games that I focus on right now is Final Fantasy XIV and Path to Exile right now. They're my two favorite ones right now. Maybe Lost Ark down the road. We'll have to see. Just I have a really busy schedule, so we'll have to see. But I'm focusing on these two games. These are my two favorite ones right now. And yeah, so if you guys like that stuff, if you like MMOs, action RPGs, then hit that sub button. I'd appreciate it. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna stop bothering you with that. So I haven't read this yet. I haven't watched anyone's videos. I like to watch a bunch of other people's thoughts and opinions, especially people that are way smarter than me, that know this game way more than I do. I'm just pretty much a casual of Path to Exile. I would say I have probably over 2,000 hours into the game, but I still feel like a noob because the game changes a lot every 3 months. So let's see what direction they're gonna go this time, and see if I can make out on what the hell's going on. I made sure this is zoomed in this time. I've made multiple mistakes not having this zoomed in. Anyways, game balance. Path to Exile, Siege of the Atlas. We're making a number of balance changes. I've prepared this information for you, the preview ahead of your official announced live stream at the end of this week. This is so weird. This is so early. The manifesto is coming out before the trailer, which is so weird to me. I'm not complaining about it. It's just weird to me that the manifesto is out. I'm so used to it. What is it, next week, right? When is it? Today's 24. 16. I don't even know. It's got to be next week. Does the leak start next week? Anyways, sorry. The full details of these changes will be available in the patch notes. Are still subject to change, but this post should outline our previous problems with current balance and our intentions for their solutions. In general, we're focusing on two particular archetypes that we feel were the least competitive with other builds during Scourge. These are hand-cast spell builds and hit-focused bow builds. Ooh, I like this. I feel way too much in the game that people... What is it? They used, they use it's better to use totems. It's better to use mines. It's better to do anything except for self-cast. I like self-cast builds. I don't really like doing the whole other things. I mean, it makes sense to do other things because it's better for movement, or if you're doing mines, or even traps or anything. It's easier because you can set them down before bosses pop up. I get it, but I don't know. I really like self-cast, and hopefully hit-based spellcasting problem. Most hit spellcasting builds deal too little damage. Yes, I 100% agree, and have too few defensive and mobility. Yes, see, when compared with the alternatives like traps. Yes, you're reading my mind. Yes, big time, big time. Solutions: adjust the hit damage growth of most spells. The majority of the spells gained around 45% more damage at gem level 20, resulting in up to do 60% more damage by gem level 25. Some spells have received smaller adjustments or no adjustments. These less effective spells are generally those that provide more mobility or supplemental damage through duration mechanics. Okay. Allow casters to obtain more cast speed through the runic dagger mod pool, increase some cast speed values, and give rings and amulets additional tiers cast speed modifiers. Okay. Give Orbit Storms more damage and mechanical redesign. What? Okay. To solidify its great supplemental lightning damage skill. Interesting. Giving Flame Blast, Lightning Tendrils, Ice Spear some improvements to make them great skills for dealing high damage against a single target. That would be nice. Very nice. Improve mini skills that rely heavily on unique threshold jewels to enhance their damage and remove or change these jewels. For many such skills, this means granting more damage in exchange for efficient sources of extra projectiles. This includes skills like Freezing Pulse, Frostbolt, Heavy Strike, and Cleave. No Cleave, no Heavy Strike. For damage focus spells, the result of these changes means that their damage is increased on top of the damage multiplier noted above. The lower the power of the Unleash support, because it has a single most impact support for the kind of the build that benefits from buffs. It creates limited options for these builds by feeling like the only option. With these builds otherwise being buffed, there should be more build options available than before. Okay. Interesting. Lower the damage from totem, trap, mine, and trigger effects to balance out the buff these spells. The intention in general is that these builds should deal the same damage at high levels as they did previously, while at face value, these changes will look like nerfs. For the most part, they shouldn't be due to the buffs to spells. However, we acknowledge that there will be a small number of builds that will be negatively affected by these changes. Additionally, because we've adjusted some support gems that multiply the number of traps thrown with provided some compensation for this on non-cooldown trap skills like Fire Trap and Lightning Trap. Okay. This is good. I actually really like this. Like, I really want self-cast to be a lot better. I really do. We'll see. I'm not very good number-wise. Like, I don't really do trap builds total. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of them. Not saying to take them out of the game. I just haven't done many totem builds and stuff like that. Lower the damage of a player ignite by 20% to particularly offset the damage increase that many ignite applying spells have received. For the majority of high-level spell gems, this is a slight damage buff when combined with the above changes. Burning Arrow, Organic Band, Explosive Arrow. Several other skills have received changes to compensate for the lower damage of ignite. Attack skills and a small number of spells that are not typically aligned with ignites will have weaker ignites as a result of this change. Interesting. We plan to introduce a mechanic for ignite damage with melee attack skills. Ignite builds a new option for enhancing ignites. Details about this will be included in the patch notes. Here's a section of skills that have been updated. The full list will be included in the patch notes. Okay, Absolution. I have not done Absolution build yet. 21 to 31, fizz damage, level 1 unchanged. Now it's 206 of added damage to all spells. Wait, 873 to 1310. Okay, so that's definitely a buff. Oh, what's Arc? I actually thought about doing Arc as just like a starting farm build, but let's see what they did. 6 to 32, which was 6 to 33, so a little bit less, up to 198 to 1002. Okay, so 133 to, okay, that is a big buff. Effectiveness of added damage to all gems previously 80%. Oh, 120. So yeah, Arc got buffed. Dude, I hope self-gas actually works. Like, I hope that like the totem and stuff is done. Because I might go self-cast Arc. I'm just saying. Might be my starter. I don't know though. We'll see. I want to see the new abilities too. So we'll have to see. Bladefall now deals 43 to 65. From 44 to 66, a little bit less. 93 to 8093. Okay, so that's buff. Bladefall. Blazing Salvo. Dude, I tried this spell once, and it was not very good. 69 unchanged. 241, 361 from 162. So that's definitely buff. All gem levels previously 40. Crankling Lance definitely needs a buff. 24, 84 lightning damage. Gem 1. And a lot more. So Crackling Lance, Divine Ire. Maybe I should do this build. I've never done one before. Physical damage. I don't know if that's a very good idea though for the start of the league. But 203, 305, definitely a buff with 110% from 100. Now it's 45 effectiveness, 30. So yeah, definitely good. Fireball. I'm not gonna do Fireball. I just did one recently. But is it getting buffed? Fireball. That's a lot of damage. That is a lot. Like, Fireball was pretty good even before this. Interesting. So Firestorm, 361, 541, definitely buffed. Yeah, like all these are getting buffed pretty good. I mean, Firestorm needed to be buffed. I don't know about Fireball though. I don't know that one. Like this was pretty good before. This is kind of outrageous, but Fireball. I don't want to play Fireball though. I just don't. But it looks like this could be really good. Cause like I played it, I don't know, a couple leagues ago, and it was really good. Flame Surge. Or no. 2640. It seems like just a little bit. Okay, so what's the big damage? 832. Yep. So buffed. All right. Flame Blast is getting pretty damn good buff. Okay, Flame Blast buff. Glacier Cascade. Yeah, 30. Yeah, 450. Wow. Ice Nova. Yo, dude, bring back Ice Nova, man. Not bring it back, but I like bring it to be good, please. Always wanted to. Oh, okay. That's quite a bit of damage too. Now adds 3 to 4 cold damage against chilled enemies. Up to 118, 17. Okay, so yeah, buff. I think these are all buffs, right? Ice Spear. Buff. Incinerate. Buff. Lanterns. Buff. Yep. From that. Purifying Flame. I've never done this one. Yeah, buff. Yeah, they are not joking. Quite big buffs. Rolling Magma. Definitely buff. Shock Nova. Yep, Stormbind. Storm Burst. I think this is the right like call. Like, we'll see. We haven't seen the full patch notes. If anything is getting nerfed, I think they just need to buff like old skills or at least skills up. I think this is good. Well, what about this? Sorry, this is not wine. Just so you guys know, I'm not Mathel. All right, I'm not drinking wine. I know he usually drinks wine at this podcast or his podcast with the patch notes. Sorry, no, it's grape juice. All right. I ain't no Mathel. All right, he's too good looking. Anyways, these changes have been made to support and other effects that deal damage with any of the above spells. Okay, these changes have been made to supports. Okay, so Arcanist Brand deals 69% less damage at gem level 1, previously from 55, and 63% less at gem level 20, previously 46. Wait. These changes have been made to supports and other effects that deal damage with any of the above spells. Okay. Gotcha. This is the nerf part for because they're trying to make self-cast good, which I'm a huge fan. People are probably not happy with like some of the like the totem builds, the brands, the traps and stuff, but I think this is good just because for so long in this game, it's been totems, traps, mines are just way better. Why would you self-cast? Like, what's the point? So I hope they fix this. Battle Cries. Okay, so these are blast. Let me just read which ones. Less. Okay, because I don't make these builds. Yeah, I should have said. We can cast and okay. Cast and critical strike support. 9% less damage, previously from 30% more. Cast while channeling support now has a support trigger spells dealing 30% less damage at all gem levels. Interesting. We can cast while channeling support now as a support. Dude, maybe I can actually do good damage now with my self-cast builds. I might do arc. Now. I don't know. We'll see. Cluster trap support. All right. Multiple trap support. Yeah, mines. Oh, here's one of the link ones. Spell totem. Spell slinger. Trap support. Soul mantle. Body armor and the poet's pen. Interesting. Here's some buffs that they've made to dedicate to totem and trap skills on some attacks that are designed for ignite damage at higher levels. They adjust with also will offset the loss of damage from other changes. Blade Trap now deals 76% base attack damage. So that, okay, that needed, yeah. I actually thought about doing Blade Trap. Just looks cool, but I thought it was like pretty garbage, so I guess. But I'm not 100% sure. I haven't done it. I haven't really done a trap build in the game. Explosive Trap. All right, getting buffed for sure. Fire Trap. 15. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, quite big. Ice Trap getting buff. Lightning Trap getting buff. This is good. I like these changes so far. Unleash support skills now deal 50% less damage when recurring in Gem 1. Okay. Unleash, which I use a lot for like Blade Vortex and stuff like that, but see 40% one less. Okay, 21. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Does Blade Vortex then get hurt like nerfed then, pretty much? I guess, I mean, if you use Unleash, which I usually do. All right. It is now impossible to generate increased cast speed modifiers on runic daggers. Increased cast speed modifiers on one-handed weapons now can roll 5 to 8%, and the lowest was previously 5 to 7. 29 to 32. Okay. Two-handed weapons. So speed modifiers 8 13, 44. Okay. So buffed. There are now 3 tiers increased. Or cast speed modifiers that can roll on rings. Okay. 5 and 8. The highest provides 13, 16, previously 5, 7. Okay. There are now 4 tiers that increase cast speed modifiers. Okay, this is just all crafting bench versions. The veiled. Okay. So threshold jewels. Okay, I was trying to dodge like spoilers. I kind of like seen something about threshold jewels on Twitter. I was like, I can't read. Like, I got to read this first. Unique threshold jewels. Oh yeah, no, we already talked about it up front. Yeah, up top. What am I talking about? Yeah, because they're getting rid of them, or most of them. Jewels are no longer offered as a quest reward for completing Death Purity. Instead, you are now offered a choice of a rare chrism, a rare cobalt, or a rare jewel. Okay, interesting. Following unique jewels can no longer be obtained for Snow, Frozen Trail, Growing Agony, Overrun. Okay. The Steel Spirit. Yep. The Hazard Research unique jewel no longer with at least 40 intelligence and radius. Spark fires 2 additional projectiles. Is no longer okay. Then with the divine orb, the jewel's purpose is now enabled firing spark projectiles in a circle if you want this behavior. Interesting. Existing items can be updated with the divine orb. This jewel's purpose is now only to enable firing spark projectiles in a circle if you want this behavior. Interesting. The Ring of Blades, unique jewel. For just internal knives, 5 projectiles. Existing items can be made less pointy with a divine orb. The jewel purpose is now able to fire eternal knives in a circle if you want. Okay, so are they all circles? Unique. They're circles. Freezing Pulse. Let's see. Buff. Frostbolt deals 9-13. Wait, is this more jewels then? Oh, spark. Okay. So yeah, Freezing Pulse can buff big time. At least the level 20 onward is getting massively buffed. Frostbolt. Yep. Spark. Oh yeah, 1-4. Okay, yep, definitely. Ground Slam now has plus 10 radius at gem level 6. Okay, so Ground Slam getting big slam. Heavy Strike now has 20% chance to deal double damage at what? Gem 1 unchange up to 39%. Okay. So wait, up to 39%. It was previously 20. Interesting. Double damage, Heavy Strike, dude. I made my last in Scourge League. I made a sweep Heavy Strike build, and honestly, I just used sweep more than I did Heavy Strike. I tried doing Heavy Strike, but man, like the little stun attack thing, where you have to like pause and do your big Heavy Strike. And I went berserk too, so like It just, I don't know, it's kind of slow. I just kind of did it for memes, but a lot of damage. It's just, it was very slow. Even with like Berserk and Rage. It was fast, but like you still kind of like stopped and had swing, stop, swing. Cleave is +8 radius. A 22. Okay, so definitely more radius for Cleave. Glacier Hammer has 100% physical damage converted to cold damage at all gem levels, previously 60. Oh, okay. Yo, Glacier Hammer, let's go, dudes. Let's go. It's on the menu, boys. Viper Strike now deals up to 140.2, 135. Okay, Turtle Knives. Okay, Blight. Base secondary duration is now 1 second. Interesting. Alternate quality gem changes. Quality. I have not really messed with alternated gems. I'm just going to be honest. Yeah. So what do they do with Orb Storms? Orb Storm has been redesigned as a single target tool for lightning casters. The focus of this skill has been placed on its kind of hitting enemies. When you cast the lightning skill in its area, Orb Storms now deals 3 to 8 lightning damage. Gem level from 2 to 7, up to 3 or 4 to 9, 13, so more damage. Now strikes every 3.5 seconds at gem level. Previously 1.5, and every 2.55, previously 1.02. Beams now split towards 1 additional target at gem level 1, previously 2, up to 3 additional targets, previously 4, and now has 110% effectiveness added to all gem levels, previously 65. Base duration is now 7 seconds, previously 6. Orb Storms no longer requires splitting from the caster when they cast the lightning spell in its area. Instead, it will zap an enemy in the range every time you cast the lightning spell from within the Orb Storm areas, making positioning much more flexible. Interesting. How long is this? I'm just kind of like curious. There's quite a bit. There's quite a bit. There's quite a bit. Ignite. Now deals armor granted brand. Now deals 69, 104. Okay, buff. 924, 1386. Definitely buff. Burning arrow, 200. 150, 300 from 214. 200 to 150, 300. Okay, so definitely. Val burning arrow, 80% more, up to 40%. Explosive arrow now as explosion deals 5% more damage. Hits and elements per explosion arrow on target. Previously just hits. Does 5% more damage with hits per explosive. Yeah, we get some mad attack speed here. Explosive arrow could be sick, dude. I don't know. I could do explosive arrow. I've actually never really done explosive arrow, but that kind of seems it could be pretty fun. Explosive concussion. Now deals 20% added damage. Ignite damage over time. Okay, plus 78. Okay, from 78. Fire burst. That's definitely big damage. Val flame blast 110 from 70. Interesting. Brand explosions now deals 90% more. 60. Interesting. The brands, man. Get some damage. Death wish granted. 466. That deals base fire damage 19%. Okay. Interesting. So this is all spells pretty much. Like so self cast, man, I hope it works. I hope it's really good. Like I said, I'm not the most like number crazy guy, but I honestly I just like pick a spell and I'm like, what kind of build can I build out of this? So I'm wondering if people are happy about this change. To me personally, I like it. I like these all getting buffed. I like that self casting is becoming a thing now, which is, man, it's been forever, I would say. So that is really good. I'm very, very excited about that. Hit-based bow attacks. Hit-based bow attacks require an unreasonable amount of investment to reach competitive levels of damage. True. Builds that want to achieve the most critical strikes Sorry. And mini skills can especially invest in this mechanic without sacrificing defense options. Give bows the same. So that's the problem. Give bows the same local added elemental damage modifiers as two-handed melee weapons do, which are more stronger than the bow-specific modifiers used previously. Improve the damage of the bows in general, with some base types getting up to 50% more base damage than before. Improve the mastery options of bow passive clusters. Make a number of improvements to quivers so that bows can receive much more damage from rare quivers. We have reworked the quiver progression with a new quiver types that provide a diverse. Oh man, we might do bow. I might do a bow build. We have greatly improved added physical damage modifiers on quivers. We've replaced elemental damage with attack skills. Modifiers on quivers with increased damage with bow skills to allow quivers to roll another way to improve skills dealing physical or chaos damage. We have taken the +1 arrow prefix off influence quiver modifiers and added to the core modifier pool of quivers as a suffix. Interesting. We've added an extra tier to the attack speed and accuracy modifiers on quivers. Interesting. It's not that bad. Instead of their own line of modifiers, bows can use the two-handed weapon version of local added fire, cold, lightning, chaos prefix modifiers. Quivers can no longer roll increased elemental damage with attack skills. Modifiers instead they can roll increased damage with bow skills. Nice. An example of the new highest tier modifier in quivers is 43 to 50 increased damage with bow skills. Damn, quivers. Yo, quivers. Essence of the Woe no longer rolls increased elemental damage. Attack skills on quivers. With attack skills, they roll increased damage with bow skills. Okay. Bow attacks fire additional arrows as suffix. The Shaper and Hunter prefix. Versus modifier can no longer be rolled. Interesting. Quivers no longer share the same modifier progression for added physical damage to attacks as those on amulets. They now have their own line modifiers with increased values. For example, one of the new highest tier modifiers on quivers is adds 1723 to 34 to 39 physical attack damage. Okay. Quivers can now roll additional tier of accuracy. Quivers and dexterity shields can now roll an additional tier of attack speed. 14 16 increased attack speed. Essence of Seal has been updated accordingly. Defensing Essence of Seal now provides 13 15 increased attack speed and quivers. Interesting. Quivers can now roll. Prefix modifier adds 27 to 41, 55 to 69. Replace the bow mastery stat that gave movement speed while phasing and phasing on kill. We've also replaced the mastery that gave increased damage while you are wielding a bow and have a totem. New mastery increases and reductions to arrow speed also apply to damage with bows. Okay. 100% accuracy rating per green socket on your bow. These are the new ones and the existing. Okay, so it was previously 50. Link Arrow, Mirror Arrow having 100% increased cooldown and recovery rate. 60. Interesting. Oh yeah, these are okay. I get it. Okay, new quivers. 4 arrow. Okay. Interesting. Unique quivers will be assigned to a base type that is most appropriate for them at their level. All right. Sources of added damage: added cold, lightning, chaos. Support gems provide significant unconditional added damage that outclasses many damage options available to some builds, most notably bow builds. By comparison, many other sources of added damage are relatively weak. Solution: lower the strength of unconditional added damage, support gems, and raise the strength of local added damage and added damage to spells on weapons. So added cold, lightning, gem. Okay. Okay. Now it's 18 to 16. 154, 231. Gotcha. Awaken, added. That's 189, 284. Okay, so they're like a little bit weaker. Lower the strength of unconditional added damage. Support gems and raise the strength of local. Okay. Roll damage from 4 to 6. 152, 288. Okay, we can. Local added damage weapon mod changes. Local added fire, cold, lightning, physical damage prefixes. Present weapons have been increased by roughly 8% at the highest tier, increased by more than lower tiers. The difference between these tiers have been lowered so that there's less of a jump between tiers as you progress towards the highest. For local added fire damage, the tier 1 modifier now provides values of 165 to 225 to 335 to 390 on two-handed weapons previously. So yeah, it's about 8%. Cold, lightning, fizz, same thing pretty much. Added fizz. Tier 2 local, added fizz. Damage has been increased 8%, with tier 3 being increased 10. Local tier 1 added chaos damage prefix modifiers on weapons have also been increased. Local tier 1 added okay. Spell added damage weapons, added fire, cold, lightning damage to spell prefix modifiers. Roughly 35% at the highest tier with lower tiers. Interesting. Uh-oh. Skill interactions with the Hydrosphere. I've used it a little bit. Certain skills that have a chaining or shockwave effect can multiply their damage against a single target by also hitting Hydrosphere. These skills should not be balanced around using an off-class or off-theme skill like this. Maintaining the ability to use this interaction would prevent us from improving certain bow skills and hit damage spells, although their maximum damage output being too high. Solution: change Hydrosphere to have a 1-second cooldown before it can be hit again. This maintains the element and mechanic of Hydrosphere. Still allow for some special skill interactions, but is no longer such a significant single target damage multiplier for so many skills. I mean, they were going to have to do something with it, right? That's fine. We'll have to see how it works. Yeah, I have to see how it works. And Tornado should be fine, right? Triggering marks. When applied through mark on hit skills or unique items that trigger them, marks are more efficient for clearing and easier to sustain on boss fights. Builds that don't have access to these high-end items are disadvantaged in comparison. Make marks permanent so they only require a single cast for boss encounters. Add a new support gem that lets attack triggered marks on hitting rare and unique targets. Interesting. Marker skills are now permanent. It's nice. It's nice. Mark curse skills no longer have the duration tag. Add a new dexterity gem. Mark on hit. Trigger support mark skills when you hit a rare or unique with an attack. This where it adds a cooldown and a small curse effect penalty to trigger the mark skill, but does not need to be linked to the... Okay, the Deadeye Vocal Point, Incendiary passive skill, no longer has marks you inflict, not removed by dying enemies instead. Your mark transfers to another enemy when marked enemy dies. Let's see, the influence modifiers that trigger a mark when you hit a rare or unique enemy have been removed from the modifier pool so they can no longer be obtained. All right. Fortification and damage reduction. Fortification gain being scaled by the damage dealt by a fortifying hit means that hitting monsters with very high amounts of damage reductions, such as in Mind, Smarcum, or against monsters that have just been spawned by certain league mechanics, can grant little to no fortification, even for builds with very high damage. Fortification generation now ignores the target's damage reduction. Hit means that hitting monsters with very high amounts of damage. Interesting. Fortification generation now ignores. Interesting. Skill balance. Detonate Dead builds can gain significantly more damage. Desecratable monsters with high life. I have not done Detonate Dead. Because of how select the monsters, the fewer monsters occurring in the area, the more damage Detonate Dead dealt. Change Desecrate to have a fixed chance to spawn a Spectre Corpse. This means Detonate Dead's damage should be more consistent based on which area in the game you are in. Wait, so have a fixed chance to spawn a Spectre Corpse. This means... Yeah, this also means there's no incentive to bring multiple different high life specs. Right, although you still benefit from bringing one high life into areas. Discreet Corpse Walk now have a static 50% chance to spawn a special corpse rather than 2 compared to all the other possible corpse types. Interesting. Seismic Trap has very high damage scaling, as its damage scales with increase the area of effect. Increases the area of Seismic Trap impacts to greatly increase the chance of multiple large bursts hitting a target. As areas increase, don't affect the area where the impacts can occur. Though this mechanic is interesting, it provides far too much damage for the investment costs, and the damage of the skill would have to be lowered too, by so much to offset this that the skill would be very weak, without overlapping the mechanic. Solution: make modifiers to area of effect apply to the area Seismic Trap bursts the target at a ratio. This will slightly improve the area coverage of the skill while lowering the damage growth from increased the area of effect without removing their damage benefit entirely. Toxic Rain is very strong damage over time and low build cost compared to other bow builds. That's true. Toxic Rain's been very good. And Caustic Arrow. It also benefits from the quiver and mastery changes made to improve hit-based bow skills. Reduce the high-level damage of Toxic Rain in order to partially negate the improvements to quivers and bring it more in line with the other skills. Great. Toxic Rain now deals 7.9 base KS damage unchanged, 238 to 285. Toxic Rain got nerfed. Maybe. I don't know with the quivers. It still might be fine, actually. I don't know the numbers on it, but it still might be fine. Unique item balance. March of the Legion is a very low cost method to gain 4 extra auras on the same builds due to the change where mana is not being required in order to cast an aura. It also took full advantage of Supreme Ego Keystone in a way that goes against the intent of the mechanic and gains significant amount of power in the process. Rework the blessing mechanic. Wait, what in the world? I actually don't know. March of the Legion. I don't think I know what that is. The Shade Form skill. Granted the Shroud of the Lightless and Replica Journey Shroud. Unique items could, with heavy investment, have a duration extended to be longer than its cooldown. And permanent immunity to physical damage. Wait. Change Shade's form cooldown to pause while the skill is active. Reduce the cooldown from 45 seconds to 40. The damage reduction granted by the strength of Blood Keystone from the Lethal Pride unique jewel incorrectly scaled modifiers to life recovery rate, allowing it to reach 100% for characters to be immune to damage. Damn. Strength of Blood's damage reduction no longer scales with the modifiers to life recovery rate. Okay. Dancing Dirt. Oh, yeah, we've seen this, right? Yeah, we did see that. Itself on a rampage with an existing behavior where the minion generates rampage kills. And summoned by Dancing Dervish now uses the name channeled version of Cyclone. Their movement speed and AI have also been adjusted to feel more proactive while clearing. Dread Banner. Fortification duration mod was causing issues with the new fortification system that could not be reconciled. Place Perfect Dread's Banner mod. What did it do? Whereas Dread Banner has 200 increased fortification duration. Instead, it now has grants an additional +2 for maximum fortification when placing the banner. This change affects existing items. Interesting. Void Fletcher outclasses rare quivers for mini builds. Reveal the damage Void Fletcher arrows. This balance is still being reviewed in comparison. Or rare quivers. Okay. Final full details stage of the Atlas in our live reveal later this week. Hell yeah. Okay, so I am pretty happy with the changes I see. Some of the stuff, like some of the unique stuff, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think I've used this. Like I said, I'm a casual player. But the self-cast, I am very excited about those changes. And I like that they're finally doing that, because the other stuff was way too much better. All right, let's see what the comments are real quick. Let's go. All right, we got one. Chest Pog. Bam. I'll see how people are happy or not. Hey there, sellout. You know who you are. Not me. X marks the Archmage build. I really like the teasers before the official announcement. It spaces out a lot of theory crafting into more enjoyable chunks. Keep it up. Have a good day. Yeah, it's very interesting. Like right before the... How many days do we have? Let's see. Yeah, so it's next Friday is the new league. So yeah, I mean we get the trailer this day. And then are they gonna keep doing a little bit of teases? I mean the patch notes must come out soon too. Please don't nerf skellies, please. I also thought about doing mage skeletons because I've never done mage skeletons and I kind of thought that would be fun. I don't know if it would be good, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to do because I've never done it before. Damn, Pog, here we go. Johnny loves the bog. The only deserves the bog. It's here. Oh, cool. Interesting. React Andes. Yeah, there's power in these words. Pog. So far, people look happy. Buffer swing ice, please. Quinn is a bozo. True, dude. Yo, Quinn's probably not happy because it's not. Maybe there was some like melee stuff in there, a little bit, but not that much. Hi, Lily, Steel, Mathel, and Pog. Hi, Pog. Reading material for after work in an hour. Yes, please. I love this game. Pog, Sam. I'm very excited for. It seems like people are pretty happy. Looks for nerf. I get something wrong here. Nerf. Thank you. G. Nice. COC is completely dead now, Sag. I love how early this post is. Thank you so much. Why did you kill Fireburst again? Alright, there's some little bit. Soul Mat's unique body armor has no longer plus 1 max on over summon totals. Why? Rip Arc Totem. One more time. Yep. Get him out. Now you gotta self-cast Arc. What you gotta do, man? Awakened Gem's expensive as hell. No more Faded Connection. Prophecy to Link. Why kill the one type of build I enjoy playing? COC already struggling because of mana issues. Actually crit chance and having to have defense options on top of that. Now it gets a 40% nerf and increased CD on the cast. Uniques like Chris, we don't want to stand in one place and cast a fucking spell. This is 1998. We don't play games like that anymore. I do. I disagree. I strongly disagree. I think it's so weird that like totems, traps, and that are just like the better version of it. Even though if you want to be a wizard or whatever, a source, or a witch, an elementalist, it's weird that like I shouldn't cast my spells because I should put it on a totem or a trap instead, and that's just or mines. That's just the better way. I mean, this is cast on crit. I don't know. I don't play too many cock builds, but yeah, I disagree. I disagree with this. I definitely like being a spell caster. I'm not surprised by the need to change aside from buffing caster gems and bows. Gonna need some patch notes to turn in mind when leagues start out running. Toxic got gutted. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I don't know. Seems like like Toxic Rain is pretty nerf. Yes, Glacier Hammer nerfs good. I wonder if they're aware that the jewel actually also gave splash damage to the skill and was essentially the only reason to use it. Yeah, boy. Are you sure from what? Cock is completely dead. From what I see, they're just nerfing the value cause of increase 40% on base spell damage. So at the end, it should remain more or less the same. Please, Math Geniuses, POB Warriors, help me here. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. And we need the patch notes and stuff. So interesting. Anyways, this is my wrap up. Overall, I'm very excited. I personally like self-cast. That is just my opinion. I know some totem builds and trap people are probably not happy because it's been like that in the game for a really long time. And people like probably running those certain builds. They still might be worth. I don't know, though. It's definitely a nerf to them. But yeah, overall thoughts. I personally like it. I've been wanting self-casting improved by a lot. And hopefully this is at least the start and it's pretty good. Just we're going to, I don't know. I'm very excited. Also, yeah, I'm gonna go watch other people talk about it now that are a lot smarter than me. But I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction of it, and I don't know, maybe just getting a different point of view of a casual player talking about PoE. I just really enjoy PoE. Like I said, I don't go for meta builds. I'm not a meta build guy. I pick a spell and I'm like, what can I do with this? So I don't know if that's gonna be like explosive arrow. Seems interesting because I've never done explosive arrow. Arc, I've done arc a few times, but arc, I just like arc. It's just fun in my opinion. But we'll see. I want to see what the new spells are though first. If they got any new ones coming out, which usually they do, and see what they're doing there. But yeah. Very excited. Is there anything else that there's Atlas teasers. Here's another new unique item. Okay, I did see that one. Cry Havoc. Okay, I think I've seen all these. Dervish. Yeah, just making sure. Yep, seen that. Challenge like name reveal. Yep. This is really good. This is like really nice. I'm very excited for that. And on Warcraft. Let's make sure. Cluster Jewel and February expansion day reveal. Okay. Yeah, that is it. That is it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys like MMO action RPG content, that's what I'm going to cover here. Talk about anything of the news and stuff like that. Right now, it's Final Fantasy XIV Path of Exile are the two games that I'm focusing on. I'm looking into Lost Ark. I might do some videos on Lost Ark, but I'm probably going to stream it off stream. I'm going to play that game off stream. There we go. But if you guys like this, if you guys want to follow my Twitch is twitch.tv/oldish22, where I stream PoE or Final Fantasy XIV. Right now, it's Final Fantasy XIV until the PoE League comes out. And then we'll be playing PoE for a while. And then, obviously, 14 has a patch coming out probably in March. And that's probably when I'll go back to 14. So, anyways, thank you all for watching. And I'll see you next time. Adios.